Hey guys, welcome back to Glam and I'm here with another fragrance review from an indie house, and today we're doing Happyland's Malpaso. Okay, so first off, I want to talk to you about the notes of this fragrance and then what you're gonna smell. So in this fragrance, you're gonna find citrus, castoreum, florals, incense, leather, jasmine, patchouli, spices, woods, and vetiver. Now, the first time I smelled this, I asked if there was castoreum in it because castoreum tends to be in a lot of leather fragrances, and I feel like it's a distinct note, and I think it kind of makes fragrances a little bit more mature, a little bit sexier. I like castoreum. Actually, some of my favorite fragrances have that note. Some of my favorite like evening date night fragrances have that note. Not a lot, because that's a note for me that is like, it needs to be done perfectly to be a good scent. In the opening, you're gonna get the citruses, really more than anything. And then in the dry down, you still get like a little bit of the florals. I would say the castoreum stays for the life of the fragrance. It's more of a background note, but it kind of turns into this fougere. Actually, he said it was a fougere chypre hybrid, and I would agree. I would say that it does have this nice spiciness to it. The vetiver isn't super prominent. I feel like I should mention that, because if you're not a vetiver fan, this isn't in that realm really. But the leather is there, the spices are there, the incense is there, and then it's got that floralness. It has the touch of an old school feel with a little bit of added sweetness. So for me, this is like a classy fougere with a little bit of added sweetness to make it a little bit more wearable if you weren't into that. Because I do like old school fragrances, but sometimes they're a little bit too dry, and you know, that can be a little much for me. I can appreciate them, but the added sweetness for me makes a pretty big difference. So as this dries down, you're gonna get a bit of a barbershop vibe. It is nice, again, added sweetness to kind of make it a little bit more wearable in modern days. And I want to talk about performance, even though it is probably not necessary. It is definitely a performer. It is still 3 sprays for me. 1, 2, 3, only on the neck, and it goes hard for well over 10 hours. With Happyland, I don't even do more than 3 sprays. Sometimes I start with 2 because I get a little bit nervous, but this one, 3 sprays was good. It did last, and it did 1000% project 4 hours. I would say well over 2 hours. It was projecting pretty hard, and the sillage was really good on it, and it lasted over 10 hours in terms of longevity. I already expected that though, and I think for the most part when you buy a Happyland, you already expect that, so it's no surprise. In terms of who could wear it, I think anyone could wear it, but I don't think that this is too juvenile of a fragrance, so I feel like that's something that I should mention. I think it's slightly more mature, although if you are into kind of like that barbershop-y vibe with a little bit of added sweetness, a little bit of a classic touch, you could rock this. Again, when it dries down, you're kind of gonna get these beautiful florals with some leather and a little bit of that castoreum. The citruses never really go away, I think, because they're they're amped up with the high oil concentration, so they're gonna be present. It's got some woodiness to it. It's got some patchouli and incense. It's got kind of a nice blend of all of that stuff. If you can think of the classic fragrances that used to be big hits, think of something like that modernized. That's what this is gonna smell like. I don't have anything exactly like it. That's why I'm not really able to give you too great of a comparison. I'm sure someone out there has smelled it and probably has smelled something that is in the vein of. If you have, please comment down below. People read the comments to get a better idea. So I know you guys are out there. Do it. So performance, very high. In terms of when you would wear this, for me, ideally, I would dress this up. I wouldn't particularly love the idea of dressing this down because it is kind of a nicer, classy fragrance. Day or night, you could wear it day or night. It is going to be more of an evening time fragrance, but if you're dressed up during the day, you could 1000% wear this, and I think it would do just fine. Season-wise, for me, it's more spring and fall, the transitional seasons, but it has versatility to it, so I wouldn't hesitate to pull this year-round. Year-round, day or night, it's very versatile. I just wouldn't dress it down too much. Could you? You could dress down anything. but it does have kind of a classier vibe to it. And I feel like with a classy vibe, I typically prefer to dress things up just a little bit in terms of who could wear it. Because the florals and everything in it, I would say that while on paper it kind of reads as a masculine fragrance, I would say it's really unisex. A lot of fragrances that have an old school vibe to them do tend to be more unisex because the old school fragrances had really similar scent profiles. When you really think back, and I only know this sort of stuff because shout out to my buddy Tammy Loves Fragrances on Instagram. She is a connoisseur when it comes to old school fragrances, and she has like the men's ones and the women's ones, and whenever I go over there she lets me smell them, and to my nose they are really not that far apart. It's really just, I think, marketing. So I personally think it's unisex. You can have your own opinion, everyone's different, but this one to me, because of where it lies, I would say that it's got a pretty unisex vibe to it. It's gonna smell different on, whoever wears it, just so we're clear, but I think anyone could dress this up and wear it and be just fine. So, good performer, really versatile. And in terms of pricing, it's typical Happyland pricing. I do have a discount code for you. I will pop it up right here. Sorry guys, I'm trying to get used to the new place, but I'll pop it up right here. It's not an affiliate code or anything like that. It's just a regular discount code. I don't get notified when you guys use it. I get no kickbacks, nothing like that. I'd like to be really transparent about that. So I'll drop that up here and I'll drop that down below. In terms of where this lies on my Happyland favorites, that's a tough one because I would personally use this in the same occasions that I would use 7, which 7 is still like my kind of holy grail of Happyland fragrances. I was pretty obsessed with it for a while when I started wearing it, and it's still something that when I really want to smell sexy, it is my go-to, just because it's a really beautiful, like, ambery floral fragrance, and it's just really nice. This is in the vein of 7. You could wear them in the same occasions. You want to dress them up. You want to kind of be a little bit sexier with them. That's what this is going to do. And you're going to get compliments. I got compliments wearing this. This one, because of the performance and the scent profile, people seem to really like it. That is the one thing I forgot to mention. This one did pull me compliments pretty easily every single time I wore it, actually. So if you're looking for compliments, especially if you're kind of dress up a little bit and go out during the evening, this is just an easy reach. Again, it has an old school feel, so if you're not into that, this may not be the one for you. Happyland has a lot of newer, sweeter fragrances, but if you're into something that is a little classier, this is probably going to be the one for you. In fact, maybe I'll do a video with my Happyland fragrances and when I would wear them, because I do have a pretty decent collection of Happyland, and which ones I prefer for which occasions. If you guys want that, comment down below. I have been trying to be a little bit more creative with my video ideas since I'm getting back into the game, and it's a little bit more easy to shoot these videos if I'm having a good time doing it. So if you have any fun ideas, drop them down below, I'll do it. If you've tried this fragrance, comment down below, let everyone know what you think. As always, thank you guys for watching. Remember to like this video. If you'd like to be subscribed to my channel, hit that notification bell to get notified when I drop a new video, and I'll see you guys on the next time. Bye!